I'm 49 and I avoid people now. And maybe this content will resonate with you. I may take a walk if the lawnmowers come on this end due to the noise. I want to talk about peace, energy, solitude. I want to talk about what's important, something that money cannot buy. At 49, you learn about life that you can't find in no school. You can't find it in the educational system. And it's just something that only experience can tell you. This world is very dark. And a lot of times we try to connect with people, and normally it'd be the wrong kind of people. I avoid people for a lot of reasons. It's not for issues in regards to just being antisocial. It's not about that. We as humans do better when we are alone. The more you're around people, the more problems you have. The more people talk about you. The more you deal with various issues. And it's like, it's difficult to explain because you're taught by so many people that you need to hang around everybody. You need to have a circle of people that are, I find that when I'm alone, I can think better. I don't have no drama, no issues. I find that when I connect with people, a lot of times the wrong people creep in. See, everybody is not bad. That's not what it's about. There are good people out there. There's a lot of good people out there. But there's also a lot of bad people out there. When you have too many people in your life, you're going to have problems. You're going to have struggles and issues because you're allowing spirits, energy, to connect with you. And if these people don't share your values, if they don't have the mindset you have, they're going to be toxic. They're going to be very, very toxic. They're going to try to exploit you. They're going to try to use you. And normally when people that are negative and they come in your path and you realize that they're negative, the first thing you're going to want to do is push those people away because they're not bringing any value to your life. At least for me, that's what I choose to do. If I realize that a person is toxic, I got to cut them loose because they're draining my energy. You don't want people, guys, to drain your life force because life is too short. It's too short to be dealing with drama all the time. And a lot of people bring that. A lot of people bring a lot of drama, a lot of issues. And I think it has a lot to do with their own personal demons that they battle. And they tend to, bugs are attacking me over here, man. They tend to bring their issues onto you in hopes to ruin your life. I may take a walk because the bugs are going crazy over here, guys. They really are. I didn't want to because I don't know if it's going to disturb the signal. I got a good signal in this spot. This is like the part of the park where the signal is strong. I got all 4 bars. Negative people become a burden to good people, and it's something that we struggle with, all of us. And it's difficult to shake these kind of demons from your life because they're bloodsuckers. They're like leeches. Once they attach themselves to you, they don't want to go. Have you had those kind of people in your life? Bloodsuckers. People that you cut off, people that you put them on notice, but they just don't know when to go. They keep trying to stay and cause you more headaches, harassment. They become monitoring spirits. These are the type of things I avoid as much as I can, even though some situations you can't avoid. So you can't avoid people entirely because you have to interact with people. You have to bank, you have to go to the grocery stores. You have to interact with people in somewhat. What I'm talking about is interacting with people in the negative. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. There's too much bugs over here. Hopefully we're still good. I don't know if it's going to be, I don't know if the signal is going to be good. I'm literally recording from my, I'm doing 2 recordings at the same time, like literally. But heck, if I'm standing here, there's no bugs in this spot. There's no bugs over here. Sure, I might just stay here. But then again, my phone gonna overheat if I stay here. I gotta get into a shaded area, guys, because the phone gonna overheat. But hopefully the signal is still good. But I gotta get away from those bugs. They're attacking me over there. They're eating me alive. You gotta avoid people, guys, to experience peace and enjoy your solitude. If you don't, they're going to cause you a lot of problems, a lot of issues. And at my age, I just don't got time for that, guys. Like, I seriously don't have time for the drama, the headaches, the betrayals. It's just too much. I'm gonna go under here where there's a shade, because if I stay here in the sun, my phone gonna overheat, and I'm gonna have to stay doing the recording on my action cam. It's much better over here. There's still bugs out here though, but for the most part, I think this will be a decent spot to hang out. I should be safe over here. So, let's get back to it, guys. You have to interact with people. We're human. We need human interaction. But what I find is that being alone, for the most part, it allows you to find self. It allows you to know who you are. It allows you to hone in on your goals and not be distracted by the noise. There's too much noise in the world. There's a lot of NPCs, a lot of demonic sick people, a lot of weirdos, a lot of people that just, it's like they don't have no purpose. How many of you have purpose in your life? I mean, you're a man, you're a woman of purpose. You wake up in the morning with drive, purpose, ambition. And it seemed like all of these people that connect with you, it's like they just want to use you for your energy. And you find yourself distributing energy to all these different people, but they're not reciprocating that energy back. And you find yourself growing weaker and weaker. Those are energy vampires. Those are the kind of people that you can't have in your life. At my age, I realized that life is too short to be connected with a lot of people that they're not going anywhere. You know, I'm a father of 4. And as a man, you put away the childish things of life and you begin to focus on what's important, like family, your health, making sure your kids are good. These are the type of things that a man is supposed to be focused on. And I find that a lot of people don't have those characteristics. And if you associate with people that don't know what it means to be a man, they think that life is all about just having fun, partying, and just BSing all day. And that's not the end goal as a man, you know? So being alone and avoiding people, it keeps you sharp. It keeps you grounded. It keeps you in tune with nature. You can connect with God even better. You could connect with yourself even better. And it's just something that I think everybody should be doing that, because it's what's gonna recalibrate your thought patterns to help you to be a better person. Some of you need to cut people off today. Enough is enough. You dealt with the nonsense too long. It's draining. It's time to just move on. And there's nothing wrong with moving on. Some of you have to do this. You have to do this now. It been too much. You know? Even though the bugs are bugging me, I'd rather be around the bugs than most humans, because at least I know they got a purpose. At least I know they got a purpose. There are so many different species of bugs in this park, and they're just doing their thing, living out their existence. They're not trying to harass nobody in the sense of sabotaging or, you know, just causing other people pain like humans. Humans tend to want to cause people pain. They like to destroy, take away your peace, drain you of your life force. A lot of times we have people like that. They're very negative. They are sick individuals. Even in my live chat, you'll see a few of them. They come around not because they want to learn, not because they have any purpose. They just want to irritate you. And this is why I avoid people. Sometimes you can't avoid them because they want to come around you. They want to cling to you. Those of you that are spiritual, those of you that are connected to nature, you have a light on you that attracts people. And a lot of times, the attraction brings in negative people as well. I just like being to myself. I don't like to be in the way. I like to just stay out of the way, do my own thing, and enjoy my solitude. But there's a lot of energy vampires that they see that, and they see your peace, and they can't understand you. So they want to disrupt your time alone. Some people will think you're a weirdo because you choose to be alone. There's nothing wrong with that. They don't understand that you're more happy being alone than being around 1,000 people. When you connect with nature, when you're a kind of person who avoid people, you develop a sense of understanding how the world works. You start to realize that this world is a bad place. This is not a good place. There are good people in the world. This is not a message of negativity. There are good people in the world. The problem is there are too many evil people, and we tend to run into them more. It's very difficult to find good people. Very, very difficult. Because there's so many fake people in the world that are acting like they're good people. How many of you had fake friends? People that come around you and they act like they're with you, but secretly they're against you. Secretly they're in competition with you. They gaslight you. They They come around when it's convenient. Normally when they need something, normally when they just want to be nosy, they want to see what's going on in your life. And when you're a person who's grounded with nature, you can see fake people for who they are. And a lot of us are just fed up with it, you know? I have a very small circle, very, very small circle of individuals that I communicate with. To me, that's the way it should be. A small circle, not a large circle with too many people, because it becomes very, very challenging. Because you got to get to know all of these people, their personalities, what they are into, what gets them upset. And I'm not the type of person that like to be fake. I'm very real, very transparent. I was never taught to just be a fake person. If I'm around you and something is wrong, I'm gonna call it out. I don't care if you get offended. I don't have any time to waste. I am very serious about life and the people I hang around. And in life, we cut people off. In life, we meet certain people, some good, some bad. And it's not your fault when you run into bad people. It's not our fault when we engage with such individuals. Some people are just evil by nature, and they're never gonna change. Some people just don't know how to be human anymore. The world has changed. People are not the same no more. There was a time when you had neighbors. Now everybody's afraid of one another now. Now when you live in a community, everyone is afraid of each other. Nobody knows what it's like to be neighbors. Everybody is on edge. We don't trust one another. We're scared of one another. And the world is toxic now. And it's not to say that everybody's like that, but you all see these things. You see it every single day. And things are not the way it used to be. This is why I choose to avoid people. You know? You see this in your own family. You know, there was a time when family was family and you were excited to see your relatives, your cousins, your uncles, and a lot of us gotten older and we lost our parents. You lost your father. I lost my mom. I know what the pain is like when you lose a mother. Those of you that lost a parent, you know what that feels like. It's not a good feeling. And sometimes you lose people that were the realest in your life. See, my mother, she was the real one. She was the one out of all people in the world that was real. She kept it real with me. And if I was out of pocket, she called me out. If I needed support, she was there. So it's always good to have those kind of people in your life that keep it real with you. People that will correct you when you're wrong. Don't get offended when you have people like that. Those are good people. When you have somebody that can guide you, give you wisdom, tell you when you're out of pocket, that's a person that really got love for you. They want to see you do better. You don't avoid those kind of people. Those are the people you keep close to you. The kind of people we have to avoid are negative people. People that want to see you fall. People that add no value. As soon as they come around you, they want to know what you're going through. And when you tell them that you're dealing with personal struggles or personal issues, or you lost a job, or you're just depressed, normally when you tell negative people these secrets about your life, they get excited about it. It brings them joy because it's something they always wanted to hear, you know? And many of you experience this where you trusted in someone to hear your stories. And for whatever reason, when you told them these things about yourself, you saw the joy on their face. And it really made you get uncomfortable that you're sharing your personal struggles with someone. And rather than them be there for you, they took joy knowing that you're going through a problem. That's how sick the world is. There was a time when you would get help from people. People would pray for you, for real. They would be there. They would have a conversation with you. I seen a video the other day of an elderly white guy. He basically visited a black guy in his community. So old guy. The guy is probably 80 plus years old, probably 90. And he knocked on his neighbor's door. He rung the bell, and he was just checking in on him, seeing how he's doing. And then the elderly guy ended up passing away. And it's those kind of people that are good people, people that check in on you for real. Imagine you're 80 plus years old and you're checking on some young guy to see how he's doing. And you're 80 plus years old. It should be the other way around, right? But what that taught me is that 80 plus year old white guy was actually always a good guy that checked in on his neighbors, his friends, and so forth. So when the black guy got the news that his neighbor passed away, it does something to you, because it's like, I've always been the kind of guy that like hanging around elderly people, people that are much older than me. I'm 49, by the way, but normally people that are older, that are more seasoned, they tend to have a better outlook on life, and they can teach you some things that you as a younger person may not understand. A lot of times we think life is all about how much money you making, what kind of car you drive, where you live. All those things are nice, but there's something deeper about life. There's something deeper. The meaning of life, the value of being a friend, what it means to be a neighbor. These type of things, we're not taught these things in school. These are experiences that you develop as you get older, and those are the values you pass down to your children. This is why, as a man, when I had lived in New York, nothing's wrong with living in New York. I just wanted better for my daughters. I wanted better for them, And I knew how I was raised. You get it? I knew how I was brought up. It was very rough for me. I grew up in a very bad time where there was a lot of bad things happening. And to see what I was able to accomplish for my girls, it makes me fulfilled as a father, because I realize that I've done my job, no matter what my struggles may be, whether it's emotional, financial, whatever the case is, whatever the price is that I got to pay to make sure that my kids are in a better situation. I feel that that's my sacrifice for them, because when you have kids, it's really all about what you do for them. And a lot of times people try to get in the way of what you do for your family because they don't want to see you make it. And this is why you can't have negative people around you, because especially if you're a family person, a family-oriented person must protect their peace at all costs, because you have a family, you have children, they depend on you. If you're a mother, a single mother, and you got kids to take care of, you can't allow toxic people around you. You can't allow that toxicity around you. You got to get serious about life. You have to mature and recognize that your kids come first. When you go to work, your priorities have to be about your kids at all times. Forget about trying to party and go to the club. All that stuff is done. At this point, you got to prepare your kids for the future. You got to prepare them. And to me, that's my goal. That's what I'm focused on. Because, in life, everybody want to be known to be successful. Everybody want to known for driving the best car. Guys, none of those things have any value when we're gone. When we're gone, they don't have no value. I got a lot of nice clothes, shoes, material things. But guess what? If I fail my kids, I failed. Those materials don't mean nothing. If you fail as a parent, you failed. And that's serious, So you got to avoid negative people. You got to avoid humans that don't have any value in them when it comes to life. This is why a lot of people like to be around civilized human beings that understand what it means to be family, what it means to have a family. This is why I respect anybody that is a parent that takes care of their kids, because it's a difficult job to get up and make sure that your kids are provided for and do what you got to do as a man, as a woman. Those type of things is very important. And a lot of people take life for granted. They don't understand what it means to exist in today's day. And there's so many negative people trying to steal your joy. They're trying to steal your peace. And you can't allow them to do that. You got to be a mature man, a mature woman. You got to be serious about life. I'm not saying don't have fun, don't laugh, don't smile, just be serious all the time with an angry face. That's not what I'm talking about. You have to protect your peace, protect your solitude. You understand? Protect your energy. Don't connect with everybody. You got to really know who's who around you, because there's a lot of ungodly people, a lot of negative spirits that are trying to drain you, take you off your course. A lot of you are trying to pursue your education and you're being distracted by friends that are negative. They're not going nowhere. I get it. You were with these people all this time, you know them, but if they're not going nowhere, bro, you got to cut them off, man. If you know you're going somewhere in life, if you know you have a dream, if the people you're hanging around are not challenging you to be better, you got to cut those people off, because they're not going nowhere. They're going to distract you. They're going to distract your process on reaching those goals. If you're trying to lose weight and people around you talking about, oh, you wasting your time working out, man, you better just go eat whatever you want to eat. Cut that person off. That's the devil. That's a demon. That is a negative energy that's trying to discourage you so that you don't pursue your goal. You got to take life serious, guys. The people you need around you are people that are motivating you, people that are not just motivating you, but they are practitioners of the things you do. Those are the people you want around you. Positive people. People that when they come around, you get excited, you get happy. You ever been around somebody that you were just happy to see? As soon as they came around, big smile on your face. You know why? That's a positive person. You know that by that person coming around, they're going to bring that good energy you need. You know? But then there's certain people that they come around you and they have a negative energy. You know? Everything in life is about energy. That's why I always come to this park. That's why I always come here and I just kind of just do my thing. Whether I'm working out, whether I'm whatever it is, I like to just hear the bugs. I like hearing the birds. I like to just listen to what's going on, because that recharges me like a battery. You get what I'm saying? That's why you have to get out more and learn how to be alone. That alone time is very, very valuable. It is your connection to nature that literally heals your body. It heals your mind. It recharges you. You're not alone when you're in nature by yourself. You're not alone. It looks like you're alone, but you're not alone. You know? You're literally, when you are in nature, you're closer to God than you could imagine. The birds understand who you are. The bugs understand who you are. All the animals in nature, they understand who you are. When they see you, they're grateful. They're grateful that you finally took the time to go into a quiet space, because there's too much noise out here. Not saying the guys that are doing landscaping are a problem. They're doing their job. What I'm talking about is noise. I'm referring to negative people that want to sabotage your progress. There are people, guys, that when they wake up in the morning, they're thinking about how to sabotage your life. Ain't that sick? That's what's going on, guys. They're really thinking about how they can sabotage you. And it's just sad, man. Let me shout out these super chats real fast, guys. Shout out to Virgil for the support. Appreciate you sponsoring the work. I'm doing 2 recordings right now at the same time. I'm doing a pre-recorded on this end, and I'm live streaming. The reason why is because if I live stream sometimes on my phone, sometimes it just go off. The phone die or it overheats. So this is my backup. Also, shout out to Catalea, I believe it is, for the 5 months membership. Since I just had this same conversation at work yesterday with a coworker who is in her mid 60s. She says times are different. God bless you, Ringo. Times are different. Times are very different. But even though it's different, we don't have to let it. We don't have to let it make us be different. Those of you that may have seen my live stream yesterday where you saw me kind of reminiscing on my old neighborhood, that is what we got to do. The world changed and it's darker and people are more mean-spirited and evil. If you're a good person, you still have the ability to attract good people. A lot of you that are viewing are good people. And you understand this because it resonates with you. You're not alone in the world. There are many people out there like you. At the same time, it is difficult to find such people. Now, when I say difficult, it doesn't mean you're not going to interact with those kind of people. I think that people like us who are able to see what the world is about, we're a light in the world to show the world that there's a better way to live. It's kind of weird to think about because sometimes when you're on a solo journey, you feel alone. You feel like you're the only person in the world like this, but you're not. There are other people like this, and your existence heals other people. Your existence helps people. And sometimes we wonder, well, when am I going to get a break? I don't think you're going to ever get a break. I think that you were put here by God to be a light in the world. And the more you spend time being alone, you learn about yourself and what your purpose is and how to help other people. You understand? Because the world, there's a lot of chaos in the world. And things aren't the same anymore. You know, a lot of people don't trust each other no more. But as long as you have a good spirit, a good heart, and you treat everybody with respect, that's what life is all about, respect. As long as you respect each other and everybody respect their neighbor, everything is going to be right at all times because you understand what it means to be human. A lot of people lost what it means to be a human. They are negative all the time. And sometimes when we dwell on negativity, it ruins our day. Don't dwell on negativity because that's what the enemy wants you to do. He wants you to dwell on negativity every day. He wants you to be angry. He wants you to look at everybody as if though everybody's bad. That's not true. There's a lot of decent people in the world. This world is so sick, they'll have you focusing on race. They'll have you focusing on religion. They'll have you focusing on all these things that keep everybody divided. And that's just a sickness in the world, you know? The universal law is respect. Do unto others as you want do unto you. That is the main thing in life. And if everyone had that mindset, the world would be a better place. When we turn on the news, all we see is violence, death. And if you keep watching that toxic poison, it'll make you think that everything is bad. And it's not. Even though we got evil in the world, there's a lot of good in the world. There's a lot of good in the world. That's why I try to focus on what is good, you know? That's why I try to focus on conversations like this that we can build upon and reach more people. I saw somebody that was in my comments. I don't have your name, but your comment really motivated me. Your comment really, really resonated with me. The person said something along the lines of, we need more videos like this. Don't focus on all of that stuff with beef and with people. We need these type of videos because it brings solutions. And when I heard that, it humbled me to recognize what my purpose is and what I should be focused on. It's not focusing on all this negative, trying to explain yourself, all that stuff is toxic. It's not helping nobody. Because when the viewers come to the platform, a lot of times people are hurting. People are going through things. People are looking for solutions and answers. And if they hear me beefing with somebody and arguing with this person and just talking about this, that stuff is not helping nobody. They didn't come to hear that. You see what I'm saying? They came to hear solutions. They came to hear results. They came to hear a word that could get them through their day. And then I realized the person was right. I could be using my energy for something more productive rather than entertaining negativity. That's negativity. And that stuff drains your energy. It drains your energy. You could be one of the best human beings. If you entertain negativity, it drains your energy. And before you know it, you're going to be unhappy. You're going to be miserable, you know? This is why you got to avoid negative people. You got to avoid negative people that have bad energy. You got to protect your peace. You got to protect your energy, protect and enjoy your solitude, because these are the type of things that add value to your life. These are the type of things that really heal people, is when you are a person who's connected to nature and you understand what being alive, what being human is all about. You got to learn how to appreciate things. Have you ever saved a bug? Have you ever saved a bug? Have you ever seen a bug that was at the verge of dying and you try to help scoop up the bug to put it in a better place so it could be safe? If you're that kind of person, you are a good human being. If you're that kind of person that tried to save a bug, you are a good human being. That ought to let you know that you got God in your heart. Because I find myself doing stuff like that. Like there'll be certain bugs. You know how people always killing bugs and squashing bugs and just doing all this stuff? Bro, I understand the bug may be bugging you, but the bug is not your enemy. Just trying to live its life. You know what I'm saying? So what are you angry with the bug for? Those bugs are more closer to God than you imagine, man. That's what I'm saying. You got to respect everything in nature, man. You'd be surprised the intelligence of a bug. Sometimes as humans, we think we know everything. You don't know what this world's really like, man. That's why you got to respect everything around you. You don't know what those bugs are saying, what kind of communications. You don't know what kind of healing energy they got. When you hear the crickets, when you hear these different bugs and they make these certain sounds, sometimes them sounds are healing you. Sometimes those sounds are doing things to your blood vessels and you don't even know. You don't even know what kind of purpose they have. People will think you crazy for stuff like this, but you're not. You're not crazy at all. You're healing yourself. So I'm 49, and I avoid people now. I avoid people for good reasons. And the people that I'm referring to are negative people. Because a lot of times when people hear my messages, they think that I'm saying I avoid people as a whole. No, I avoid negative people, not positive people. Why would I avoid positive people? Those are the people I want to be around. Imagine living in a world where everybody is positive, treats each other with respect. Imagine a world like that. Wouldn't that be wonderful? A world where everybody respects everybody. There's no issues, there's no drama, there's no nothing. Everybody's kind. Everybody has love in their heart, respectful. All your neighbors are respectful. Everybody is just kind and courteous. Wouldn't that be wonderful? But it's not always like that everywhere. But here's the solution. You got to be that person at all times. Even when everybody else is toxic, you got to be the good person. Because if you don't be that good person, the world is in trouble. Even when everybody else in the world is toxic and evil, you got to be the good person. You got to be the person with the good heart, the good spirit. Because the world needs your energy. You're that person that God puts here to bring about change in this world. So don't get discouraged when it seems like nobody's being good towards you. You have the ability to heal. You have the ability to reach people. You have that ability. When some of you go to work, your coworkers are excited when they see you because why? They can see the God in you. They already know God is with you. They know you got that energy. Sometimes your coworkers come up to you and they're looking for healing. They're looking for a word of encouragement. They're looking for positive vibes. And you're the one with all the solutions. You get what I'm saying? So don't be discouraged in your solo journey. Don't feel as if though you're not loved, you're not appreciated. When you're solo, it can feel that way. It can feel like nobody cares about you. There's a lot of people that appreciate you. There's a lot of people that they got much love for you, fam. They just don't say it enough. Don't get upset about it. Just know that you're doing God's work. You're not being religious. You're being a human. Doing God's work is not a quoting a bunch of scriptures all day. A lot of times you have people that are believers and they think quoting scriptures all day is doing God's work. No, doing God's work is being a human, being kind, displaying love, compassion, providing wisdom, helping people, being there for people. Just listening to somebody tell their story is a good act of kindness. There's a musician that I highly respect. I always respect this particular musician. As a kid, he always been my inspiration in music, but not just music, but just being a human being. His name is Yanni. I'm not sure if you know him. Those of you that are into music, if you don't know who Yanni is, then you've been living under a rock. But Yanni is a professional musician and composer. And he do many concerts with his band. It's an orchestral of musicians. And he is very, very talented. But he has a message of love, a message of just being a human and understanding the world. And he know how to unify different cultures of people. That's why we have so many cultures and different types of people in the world. It's not so that we could be hateful towards each other. It's so that we can learn from each other. You know? He's a very, very good guy. Like, very good guy. Was always my motivation to, I guess, to exercise and produce music that resonates with people. You know what I mean? Not just in word, but in deed as well. I avoid people that are negative. I avoid them like the plague. Only make room for positive people. Somebody might say, well, shouldn't you reach negative people to make them better? Let me give you a powerful truth. When someone is negative, they will never be positive. Did you get that? When someone is a negative person, they will never be positive. Their life is to be negative. You cannot change a negative person. The reason why we get stressed out is because we're trying to change a person that can't be changed. It's just like with you. A lot of you that are positive, think about this. You have been a positive person your whole life. People have been treating you bad, mistreating you, spreading rumors, gossip, lying on you. With all the evil that was done to you, you're still a positive person. You ain't changed. You ain't changed. You might get upset. It's not comfortable, but you never changed. You never changed who you are. So think about that. If you never change from being a good person, from being a positive person, think about all the people that used you, abused you, stole from you, but you still have a kind heart. You still try to help people, even though people do you dirty. Just recently, right? You had a brother, he have like, I think he have a YouTube channel called Crime. I'm not sure if it's Crime Investigate, something like that, right? But his main channel, I don't got the name of it off the top of my head, but with all the stuff that goes on social media where people are negative, for some reason, his situation came down the timeline. He pretty much was on the verge of losing his YouTube channel. His channel was going to be terminated by YouTube due to copyright claims. I've been on social media forever, and one thing I do not want to see is somebody lose their social media accounts, because in most cases that could be their livelihood. That's their bread and butter. And I'm not a hater. So when his story came down the timeline, I immediately went into his comment section and showed him what he needed to do and stepped up, because I didn't want to see him lose his platform. I don't know him from nowhere, but I didn't want to see him lose his platform. And I was able to help him. Even though even though a lot of people on social media, I helped them and then they end up turning against me, I still decided to help this guy. And lo and behold, he got his channel back restored. He had emailed me back to tell me that everything is good. And I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that because I'm sure in that brother's life, he had an experience of understanding that if he ever see anybody on social media talking about me in a negative way, I'm sure that brother gonna be like, they're wrong. That brother helped me out when I was really in need. And it didn't cost no money to do it. It didn't cost no money to do it. All it is just an act of kindness, you know? So guys, I'm gonna get up on out of here. I'm gonna go do my thing. And I'm gonna upload this video as well. So you got the vertical and you got the horizontal. I'm gonna upload both of them to the channel. And because sometimes one video will do better than the other. But I hope that you got something out of this live stream. I hope that you got something, and I hope that it empowers you to know that when it comes to avoiding people, it's the negative people. You keep the positive people near. You avoid the negative. The negative people are the ones that are draining. Those are the people that are destroying your life. So that being said, guys, y'all have a blessed one. If the video resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. You double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Tell a friend. We're going to be doing more videos like this to help the people, to have good conversations, good vibes, good energy, and avoid all the negative stuff. I'm done with all the drama, man. I'm done with all that stuff, man. The back and forth with weirdos and people, just that stuff is toxic, man. It's really, really sick. Really, really sick. Treat people kind. Be a good human. Be safe out there. Treat your neighbors right. Treat your coworkers right. Don't be a punching bag. I'm not telling you be a dummy, be a punching bag for people. If somebody's doing evil, then you just leave that person alone. You walk away and you avoid them. You just avoid those people. Don't have nothing to do with them. I'm 49. I don't got no time for all this drama. Life is too short to be dealing with drama all day. You know? The world is cold. People are not the same. But you need to be the same. If you're a positive person, don't ever change who you are. Don't let the sickness of this world make you conform to what everybody else is doing. Because somebody out there need you. You might be listening to me. You might be watching my videos and appreciate my work, but always understand something. You are a positive person too. And there's somebody out there that needs your life. There's somebody out there that is watching you. Just like you're watching me and you're resonating with the message, a lot of you are speaking to people without speaking. They see you as you live, and it motivates them. Don't change who you are, because there are people out there that are learning how to be better people because of your existence. Know your purpose. So rate, comment, and subscribe, guys. I'm going to get up on out of here. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace and blessings. That's about it, fam. Y'all take care. I'm out.